How do we persist data in Docker containers? By default, when a Docker container stops or is removed, all data inside the container is lost. To persist data, Docker provides mechanisms like volumes, bind mounts, and TMPFS mounts to ensure that data is retained even if the container is restarted or deleted. Ways to persist data in Docker. 1. Docker volumes recommended. What is it? Volumes are managed by Docker and stored in /var/lib/docker/volumes/ on the host. They are decoupled from the container's lifecycle, meaning they persist even if the container is removed. Ideal for data persistence and sharing data between multiple containers. How to use volumes. Create a volume. Docker volume create myVolume. Run a container with a volume. Docker run d, name my container, v-myVolume /app/data myimage. v-myVolume/app/data mounts the volume inside the container at /app/data. Check volumes. Docker volume ls. Inspect a volume. Docker volume inspect myVolume. Remove a volume. Docker volume rm myVolume. 2. Bind mounts. What is it? Bind mounts directly map a host directory into the container. Unlike volumes, bind mounts allow direct access to the host file system. Used for development environments where files need frequent updates. How to use bind mounts. Run a container with a bind mount. Docker run d, name my container, v/path/on/host/app/data myimage. /path/on/host/app/data maps a host directory into the container. Example use case. Docker runs d p8080:80 $, pwd/usr/share/nginx/html nginx. Serves local HTML files using nginx container. 3. Named volumes. Better for multi-container apps. Named volumes work like regular Docker volumes, but are explicitly defined in Docker Composed.yml. Example Docker Composed.yml. Version 3. Services. DB. Image. Postgres. Volumes. DB data /var/lib/postgresql/data. Volumes. DB data. Start services with persistent storage. Docker Compose up d. 4. TMPFS mounts for temporary data. What is it? Stores data in RAM instead of disk. Used for sensitive data that should not persist, e.g., session storage. How to use TMPFS. Docker run d TMPFS/app/data myimage. The data will disappear once the container stops. Which method to choose? Use case recommended method. Long-term data storage Docker volumes. Frequent access to host files bind mounts. Multi-container apps Docker Compose named volumes. Temporary data RAM-based TMPFS mounts. Conclusion. To persist data in Docker containers. 1. Use volumes for long-term storage. 2. Use bind mounts for development and direct host access. 3. Use TMPFS mounts for temporary, high-speed storage. Docker volumes are the most recommended way as they are managed by Docker, safe from accidental deletion, and work well in production environments. Thanks, like and subscribe for more such videos.